I never had the idea of starting a bank. When the idea was even thrown out, I resisted it and resisted it with a lot of passion. Paul and Dale Porter and myself had worked for a much larger company who thought that treating employees and customers was different than the way we thought treating employees and customers should be. It doesn't mean they were wrong, it just was different. And it was just simply a way we thought you should do business, and they were going left and we were going right. And Paul and Dale came to me with the idea, and I said, no, absolutely zero chance. And as I began to process the idea of making a mark, making a difference, and the timing of it, they convinced me ultimately it's something we should do. And here we are 25 years later, still kicking that can down the road.
So how do we start a bank? We don't know what to do, right? So I said, let's call somebody that we know who's a business guy and maybe get his opinion. During our interview with him, he was kind of nonchalant, like, these young kids, these people want money from me. And after we talked with him for about 30 minutes and he saw our enthusiasm on what we wanted to do, how we can make an impact in this community, our customer base, within 30 minutes, he looked up at us and said, hey, listen, guys, count me in. I'll do whatever I need to do to help you guys get started.
I could tell the expertise that Rick had, and especially in the commercial loan operations area of the bank, and then with Paul and his expertise in the consumer side of lending. So I quickly realized that these were three guys that had a passion for the jobs that they had, and more importantly, for the people of Florence to have something, again, where local people could care for local people.
For me, that was a spiritual experience. And with that experience, I had no doubt that it was going to be a successful bank, because if God was in it, then, in my opinion, it couldn't lose. Now, not that we're not going to go through some troubles and times, and which we have, but God has been with us through the whole time.
I started in 2007, the year before the Great Recession, which was a very challenging time for our industry, a very challenging time for our bank. And we worked really hard. We came through that storm very successful and came out a much stronger bank. So here we are, it's 2024. We have assets over $1 billion. We have a very talented and engaged team, and we have a boatload of satisfied customers whose lives have changed for the better.
There's no real formula that I can come up with other than something very simple. And it's called a follow-up with personal relationships with your clients, following up with them on things that happen to their family, follow up on things that happen to their business, follow up constantly on what's going on in the community.
The ARC is a visual representation of our 3 steps of service, which stands for accuracy, responsiveness, and courtesy. It's something we've always done and prided ourselves to follow those service standards.
When we began to open the bank, Rick and all 13 of the original employees sat together and the discussion was done that each individual had to go out into the community and find ways to become involved, to get our name out, to get people to understand that we were here and we were ready.
Opening the doors and the parking lot being full, looking out under the tree and there being 30 people sitting under the tree waiting to get in the doors.
Mary Neal and I were just running around, opening accounts, telling everybody to have a seat. Would you like any coffee? Would you like any water, lemonade, whatever we had?
I think we closed the doors at 7 o'clock that night because there were just so many people that wanted to come in and wanted to open their accounts and see what was going on and see what we had done.
Well, I believe in living the brand for First Reliance Bank, and I think you have to be visible in order for people to know who you are. I believe there's more to banking than just money. I believe we have to be able to demonstrate our commitment to the community and this customer base that we serve each and every day. So that's one of the things that we can do in order to be visible in our community and let people know who you are and differentiate yourself among competition.
Banking is such a honorable profession. It's one of the very few professions that in a very real way touches people's lives in a good way. People buy businesses, people want to prepare for retirement, people want to buy homes, people want to send kids to college. There are all kinds of decisions that need to be made financially that ultimately affects a family and affects economic progression. And if we do that the right way, we can change lives in a very big way. Shortly after we opened, I was introduced to a gentleman named Tommy Dowling. Tommy invested over a decade of his life in me and this organization. His legacy exists in my personality and in my leadership techniques, in the core of this company and what it stands for. I can't say enough about the important role he played in my life and the important role he played in the life of First Reliance Bank.
But he asked Dad to come and meet him. And so Dad walks into his office. He was very nice and really liked Rick, but he looked at him. He only saw a few books. And Dad looked at him and said, Rick, like, I would really love to help you, but if these are all the books you have, and, we got to have a little more self-discipline with our help, you're probably not where we need to be yet. So I really don't think I can help you. He really tried to turn him down while he was going to walk out the room. He was going to walk out the room. He said, man, I wish you the best of luck. And he was just going to leave. And I think Dad gave him like 3 books to read, like inside 10 days.
Yeah.
And he said, if you'll go do this and then give me a book report.
As we all know, he spent so much time in reading books and trying to gain knowledge so he could be a blessing. And he was a blessing to many of our family members. At Christmas and Thanksgiving and holidays, he would talk to everybody there. He would really ask them. It wasn't superficial talk. It was getting in their business, finding out what's going on.
And when I first started working at First Reliance Bank, one of the things that we did is we asked customers and business customers what they thought of First Reliance Bank. And in their words, the descriptions that they used were that they could trust us, that we were their friend, that they could count on us. They could call their banker in the evening and they could get a real person and get a response. So that, in essence, is, in their words, is what making the lives of the customers better is.
Well, I believe with my 3 children, 3 beautiful daughters, I believe them seeing me in this professional field at First Reliance Bank, a bank well known in the community, has given them inspiration to do more at school, to want to be better young ladies, to be better examples for their friends, to be better when it comes to in the classroom, just all around be better citizens for this community that we live in.
And I'm always bringing clients into the bank, opening up accounts and getting mortgages on their homes. It's not uncommon. It's just a traditional thing that I do. I like the fact that I can interact with other people inside the bank to be able to help these clients.
Not only does it support our children, but it supports our staff and our family. First Reliance has been a very good partner with that in terms of coming in, providing materials if we need it, supporting the school and assisting with providing dinner for those families.
The most rewarding experience that I've had over the years is helping folks start their business and making a difference. We're a family. We support each other. We support our goals and objectives.
Left my previous job and sat out for a year and couldn't wait to go back to work, and looked at a bunch of different opportunities, and it was just the interaction with the people here. You could see the friendliness and the willingness to do business and take care of your clients, and that was very attractive to me.
Customer service here starts at the top, and it goes through every single worker and team member in this bank, and they treat me the best that can be treated. So my experience over all these 25 years has been fabulous, and I'm so honored to be here and honored to be invited to congratulate them on their 25th anniversary.
But I do remember coming to the bank with my mom or my dad as a kid, and this has always been my bank ever since. I try to support local business because I am a local business, whether it be my suppliers or whatever. And I've never considered anything other than dealing with First Reliance.
We just right here at our community bank. We're treated just not a thing or a person. We're recognized by name. Be in the midst of people that genuinely love people.
Just handing out money and that kind of thing is not what banking is all about. It's building relationship, helping people in their financial lives to be able to be successful, and to help them understand how to manage their money and that kind of thing. So that slogan means that we have more than just making loans, taking deposits and that kind of thing. It's our relationship with people and how we deal with people and interact with people.
I just love dealing with people. I love dealing with the public. And my job is to be there for them and help them.
Getting through that '08 and the Great Recession was a huge defining moment for us as a community bank. When you're staring at all the other banks that are closing up, and we're battling it out every day. And I think that going back to those core values and the structure that we talked about, that was significant to get us through to where we are here today.
It's been an honor to be able to serve alongside our founding president and CEO. It's been great to watch him grow as we've been through our ups, downs, struggles, and cycles that the economy that we've been through.
My hope is that First Reliance will always be a place where people love showing up every day to do what they do for a living. A place that every day all of our customers come in, are excited about being a customer of this bank, knowing that they're better because they're here. And a place that all of our shareholders say, I'm glad I made that investment because what they're doing is changing the world. Tommy Dowling, which was my very first business coach, sat me down early on when I hired him to come help me figure out the path forward for the company. The first thing he said is I need to figure out how to identify the why behind what we were doing. And it didn't take me very long to figure out the why had everything to do with changing lives.
Well, happy anniversary, First Reliance Bank.
Happy 25th anniversary and an exciting time for First Reliance Bank.
Happy anniversary, First Reliance.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Happy 25th anniversary. I love you, First Reliance Bank.
Happy anniversary, First Reliance Bank.
25 years. Happy anniversary, First Reliance Bank.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, First Reliance Bank. 25 wonderful years.
Happy anniversary, First Reliance Bank. I couldn't be prouder of you.
Happy anniversary, First Reliance.
Happy anniversary, First Reliance.
Happy anniversary, First Reliance.
Happy
anniversary,
First
Reliance
Reliance
Bank.
Bank.